Yo, what's poppin', everybody? Welcome to Steve Franchise Media, and it's your host, Steve Franchise, and coming to you with a shocking update. The investigation into the Fulton County Jail has been complete, and the DOJ has released a scathing report about the Fulton County Jail, and it is not pretty, folks. We're going to get into a little bit of a summary of what the report said. But it's not looking good for Fani Willis's office or the whole Fulton County Jail, for that matter. It's not looking good for them at all. This report is very bad, for real, especially for the jail. It is very, very bad. I'm telling y'all, you ain't seen nothing like this. Probably haven't heard nothing like this about a jail, but this report ripped it to shreds. Yo, so let's jump right into this. So the executive summary of the report states that in September of 2022, LaShawn Thompson died alone in a filthy cell in the mental health unit of the Fulton County Jail. Mr. Thompson, who had a history of mental illness and was unhoused, was accused of spitting at a Georgia Tech police officer and arrested on a simple battery charge, then held on an old warrant. 3 months after his arrest, Mr. Thompson was found in his cell, slumped over with his head on his toilet. A medical examiner reported that his malnourished body was infested with an enormous presence of body lice and concluded that he was neglected to death. Wow. There was a widespread reporting and outrage about the conditions that led to Mr. Thompson's death, but there were another death on the mental health unit several months before Mr. Thompson's that never made the news. Wow. So they never let that get to the news. And an unhoused man with serious mental illnesses was arrested and held at the Fulton County Jail mental health unit after breaking into a building to seek shelter and warmth. Wow. So he was just trying to get out the cold. On the mental health unit, he stopped taking his medications and his health declined. He was found unresponsive following a likely seizure and was transported to an outside hospital for care. That man never recovered from his injuries. 2 more people died in the jail's mental health unit in the weeks following Mr. Thompson's death. Both men had serious mental health needs. One had a developmental disability. Both were killed by their cellmates, and both were found with their feet bound. One of them was wrapped up in bedding like a mummy. Altogether, these 4 men with serious mental health needs died in the jail's mental health unit in under a year. In July 2023, we opened a civil rights investigation into the conditions of the Fulton County Jail under the Civil Rights of Institutionalized Persons Act, the Americans with Disability Act, and the Violent Crimes Control and Law Enforcement Act. Within weeks of opening our investigation, 6 more black men had died in jail. One person was found unresponsive in his cell after his cellmate strangled him, and days later, tensions in the jail erupted into violence. Within 24 hours, 5 units of the jail saw violent assaults. At least 7 people were stabbed and 1 person was killed. Wow. And you talk about a hot mess. It seems like that Fulton County Jail is a hot mess, for real. I don't know what they doing up in there, but it seems like you go in there and you don't come out. There were stabbings by other inmates or other incarcerated people. Serious bodily harm has been caused to people with mental illnesses by other inmates. It says the Fulton County Jail deputies and detention officers use force against incarcerated people without adequate justification. The living conditions in the Fulton County Jail does not meet basic constitutional standards. It says the jail has allowed housing areas to fall into a state of serious despair with standing water collecting in living areas, exposed wires, uh, pests are like all over the place, and the services are deficient for providing clean clothing and sheets. Wow, the conditions are dangerous and unsanitary, is what this report labeled Fulton County Jail as far as the medical and mental health care in the jail. It does not meet constitutional standards, according to this report. Uh, the jail impedes access to medical and mental health care through a lack of security staff. Medical administration gaps lead to medical and mental health complications and injuries. Wow. And the restrictive housing conditions in the jail pose a situational risk of harm and including acute mental health and self-injury, and restrictive housing practices are discriminatory. So there y'all have it. That's just a little brief, quick rundown of what the report said. The report is actually like 100 and something pages. It's a very long and lengthy report with a lot of details about what they found in it. And if you want to check out the report for yourself, I will drop the link to the report in the description of the video, so you can click on the link and go and download the report and read it for yourself. But the DOJ released a scathing report about the Fulton County jail system, and it is not pretty. Some of the stuff they outlined and detailed is just deplorable and despicable. And to even for the DOJ to even have found that workers, the guards themselves are mistreating the inmates, it's already, one thing, you got somebody locked up and you took their freedom away and all of that stuff. But it's a whole nother thing when you take away their freedom and then you mistreat them and treat them like animals. It even said that some of the guards were like assaulting the inmates, like physically assaulting them with violence and stuff like that. Like, how can we tolerate that, y'all? Like, this is the type of stuff that just cannot go on, y'all, for real. But y'all hit that comment section down below. Let me know what y'all think about this whole situation. If you haven't already, do me a big solid. Hit that subscribe button for me, y'all. Tap that little bell notification icon so you get notified with all the latest content, updates, and information from me, Steve Franchise. And I will catch you guys on the next go round. Steve Franchise is out.